Previously on Almost Better Than Dragons.
Hi, I'm Lademan. You probably remember me from my Academy Award-winning appearance on the Almost Better Than Dragons podcast. I'm the Dragony one. On our last episode, we went to the Iron Mountains, looking for a way to get to the amulet. Ran into a few crystals, me personally. We also found something, that lace thing that combines weapons that you can't use to make giant axe crossbows. I'm kind of pissed about that still. Anyway, we heard something above us, and that's where we left off.
So you guys are standing in the middle of this very large underground hall, and you've just found your magic lace. To your left is a very large door, and to your right is a very large door, and you can't see the ends of this hall, but you've just heard sort of a sliding noise or a slithering noise coming from directly above you around the artwork of this arched ceiling.
Kuno-like.
Can you describe what the artwork looked like before this started to happen? Did we take note of it, or are we just taking note of it now?
The entire ceiling is sort of like covered in like arched trusses to hold it up, and between the trusses there's little sculptures, but it's not like a pattern, so it's very difficult to sort of isolate anything. But as you look, you can sort of see sort of some of the bits in the middle shifting and sliding around, but it's difficult to tell exactly what's happening because it's so far above you.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't like a epic battle mural, like where they're fighting a specific type of creature.
A fucking chimera or something.
Yeah.
No. It's just like you'd see in like a cathedral where there's just like lots of tiny little scenes carved into the stone.
Gotcha. All right.
Are there two like dwarf angels touching fingers?
Yeah, it's the
cherubs.
the dwarf equivalent of the Sistine Chapel.
I love every second of it.
Dwarfus, he died for
yeah, Dwarfalangelo painted it.
I'm trying to see if there's anything that we can like identify this creature, like history. I don't know, nature, maybe.
Yeah, most likely. Am I allowed to do a history check quick, or because I just want to be like, I don't like the looks of this.
In some of the books, it describe like the dwarves that fled the caves described a blank, or like maybe that,
or maybe the crystals are causing us to hallucinate because.
Ooh.
Who has the highest dungeoneering among you?
Not me.
I have a 6.
0.
1.
All right, Donnie, why don't you roll a dungeoneering check?
I am pretty much useless except for anything that isn't physical, so...
25.
Damn.
All right. You look up, and you pay attention to this for just a few moments, and you realize that it's covering a decent amount of ground on the ceiling. It's quite long, whatever it is, and it's slithering through in and among these carvings, and you realize immediately that it's a basilisk.
Oh fuck, guys! It's a basilisk. It's a basilisk.
I draw my sword. I draw my sword immediately and think to myself, just quick question to the DM, is this like one of those where you can't look at it in the eyes or you turn to stone? Or is that a Harry Potter thing?
It is a thing that a basilisk can do.
Oh, God.
It's
okay.
true. It's true to the mythology. I think in-game, it would be one of its abilities.
Okay, yeah. Just curious. Well then, yeah, either way I'm drawing my sword and being like, oh shit!
Who's got the sorting hat? Gryffindor.
Hufflepuff, baby.
Yeah. Huff and puff. I'd pull out my great axe. Just prepare for battle.
Yep.
As you guys are preparing yourselves, you hear something from behind you, and you turn around and you see the basilisk is slithering down the nearest crystal pillar. And why don't you roll initiative?
I doubt diplomacy is going to help out in this case. Whoops, what did I do? What am I doing here? Stop this.
Damn it.
Oofa loofa.
Yeah.
8 for me.
Yeah, I think I have 0 speed, so 10.
So Doug, you got 8?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a 6 for me, because I have a +1
right.
initiative. Also, something I didn't realize that I was not using at all. I am completely sick at stunts. I have an 8 athletics.
Oh, wow.
7 athletics.
That's awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right. So,
got 10.
Bren, you rolled the highest
Yay.
out of everybody.
Even the
So, what are you going to do?
Run away. No.
Can I just plow through the walls and get the hell out of how close is it? Is it within striking range? Since you said it came down behind us?
It's roughly 20 feet away, and right now it's sort of coiled around this pillar that it has descended down.
All right, it's coiled around. Considering the last fight, every time I used an ability, I ended up hurting myself most of the time. I'm just gonna go straight at it. Basic attack, basic great axe attack. Can I hit its face? Is the face close enough, or is it its butt wrapped around?
It came down face first, not butt first.
Yes.
So the thing about a basilisk is that it's like a snake, but with legs.
Yeah.
I didn't know it had legs. Okay.
It's like a
Oh, it
lizard,
does in
kind
D&D.
of.
Sometimes.
Yeah, it's like a lizard centipede.
Oh, God. All right.
Let's just cut off its legs and be like,
I mean, it could probably still snake around.
now you'll fit in amongst your friends.
That's all it ever wanted. We don't have to fight. If I can, I'm gonna try and go for its eyes because I know it's got the crazy eyes.
What are you gonna try and do to it specifically?
Trying to, if I can, if it's got 2 forward-facing eyes, like a predator, I'm gonna try and just do a broad slash across its whole face and try and get both eyes at the same time.
Just cut its eyes off, like you got your buttocks cut off.
Yeah, yeah.
Please roll good, because we don't need anyone turned to stone.
Nah, I'm going out in a blaze of glory, and you guys are gonna have to deal with my rubble. Because I know I'm gonna fuck this up. 10
plus
4, so 14.
Yeah, you make it.
Oh, thank Christ. Or thank whatever primal spirits, I don't care. So roll D12.
Oh!
Damn.
Wow.
Dragonborn!
Shaka-laka.
That is
Is
tight.
it
He just
plus
rolled
anything?
a 12.
That's 3, so it'd be 15 damage total. Do I blind him? Did it work?
I am going to say that he's blind in one eye.
Good enough for me.
Yeah, so I'll say, are you left or right-handed?
Right.
Then I will say that he's blind in the left eye.
Okay.
Oh, nice. And AJ, actually, I had my initiative's 5.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
This thing must have rolled the shittiest initiative.
Yeah, if it didn't be 10.
Alright, so I guess I'm just
Or
gonna...
fucking 8.
Yeah.
Is there any, weak points? Do I guess it's, too late to roll, a knowledge check to, know anything about that. Fuck it. I'll just use longsword to the left leg, because he's, blinded on the left side, right?
He's got lots of legs. He's got more legs than you can count on each side.
Ew.
He's quite a long basilisk. Yeah,
He
so
said
he's
lizard
got
centipede.
10 legs on each side.
Oh, God.
So
I'm gonna start going for, maybe he's cut off the first 2 on the left side, if I can. Plus 3 is 8, so no.
that's
probably
not going to hit. No.
Damn it.
All right, next
whiff.
in the order is AJ.
All right, I whip out Dragon Frost and sling my hand around at it to throw frost at it. All right, so it's a 13.
That actually doesn't do anything to him.
It's versus fortitude.
It doesn't do anything. There's no effect.
All right, so it's not a real reptile then. It's a garbage reptile because most reptiles are susceptible to cold shit.
It's a trash reptile. Next in the order is Basil the Basilisk.
The Bastilisk.
Basil 4.
The Basilisk. Top of the morning, gentlemen.
That's how I imagine him.
Yeah. So Basil the Basilisk is going to sort of rear back because he got hit in the face, and he is going to perform Shatter Frost, which is a ranged attack.
Great, he's an ice basilisk.
Don't like being this close to him.
And he's going to go for Ku because Ku sliced off his eye.
That's fair. I respect his choice. That's fair.
He sliced it like a piece of cake.
Goddamn right.
Just sliced it right off.
Gotta bite into it later.
And what's your AC?
14.
What's your fortitude?
15.
Okay, yeah, it does not hit. He just sort of he shoots like a little snowball at you, and by the time it gets you, it just sort of hits your feet, and it just rolls away.
I imagine I get coated in like a thin coast of frost, and I just flex out of it. And just, hoo-hoo!
There you go. Yeah.
What?
All right. Next in the order is Bren.
Yeah, going for that other eye. Where do I roll? Over here. So yeah, I'm just gonna take another swing at that pretty baby blue. I'm assuming it's blue. It's probably not. On the right side. 13 plus... Oh, that's my... plus 4. So, 17.
And that'll hit.
Yes! I'm gonna fuck this bitch up. Getting revenge for all those times I miss. Plus 3 is 15.
You rolled a max damage again?
What the fuck?
And it's in Slackbot, so I'm not cheating. I mean,
All right,
I never did.
He is bloodied. Basil has taken quite a lot of damage.
Oh my god, I'm gonna get a third sleeping bag.
That's terrible. All right, so you attacked his other eye, didn't you?
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and say that maybe you didn't slice his eyeball off, but you've at least blinded him for the next turn. So next in the order is Doug.
All right, I'm going to try something fancy, maybe even finish him off if I can hit him, but I'm going to use Brute Strike. It's, well, let's see if I hit. God, let's hope I do.
The Basilisk Frost attack only made me stronger!
Oh, god damn it, only a 5. Oh well.
Yeah, that's not going to hit.
Nowhere close. I'm just like dancing and falling over.
You're just off in your corner.
You start Carltoning?
All right, AJ.
All right, I'm going to hit it with Burning Spray.
There you go.
Whip it back around the other side of the spectrum. But I'm going to make sure that Ku is not in my blast zone because it's a close blast 3.
Ooh.
All right, here we go. This is versus his reflex. 19 versus reflex?
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah. And that's 11 damage.
Basil is very bloodied.
Fire damage.
Guys, what were we worried about?
And the next enemy that hits me with a melee attack before the end of my next turn takes fire damage equal to my strength modifier.
Ooh.
Because I'm a dragon sorcerer.
Basil is very fucked up. And he is going to go after AJ because that was the last thing that he felt as far as like getting hit. And he is going to try to bite. He can no longer try and like freeze you with his eyeballs. Let's see. Oh no, I don't want to roll there. I want to roll here.
He's like a eunuch. Ain't got no use of those balls.
What's your AC, AJ?
12.
Yeah, he actually does hit.
Alright, so he takes 2 damage. 2 fire.
He's dead. He just died.
Nice.
I still get
Alright.
hit and take the damage, but he
Okay.
he gets like lit on. He bites into me and like fire spurts out of like where he's biting, and it just like hurts him.
It's like biting into a hot pocket.
He
A very it's actually a lean pocket, please.
Sorry.
he did 5 damage in the process of biting you.
Okay.
All right, and that's it. You guys just fucking knocked the shit out of him. I thought this was going to be a lot harder, but apparently not.
I know,
Oh god, I ruined the eyes. I can't harvest the eyes.
My character could have just sat that one out, and you guys were fine.
Yeah.
God.
All right, so you guys also, because of this, are able to level up.
Ding,
Doug was just waiting for that.
This is the best moment of this goddamn podcast. Oh yeah.
Yeah, congratulations. Welcome to level 2.
Yay.
Ah,
I'm your DM, Matt.
This is a whole fucking thing.
I know. I'd like to thank the Academy.
Screw the Academy. I earned this.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
leveling
It took
up
us
is like
10
a whole
episodes.
leveling up's like a whole fucking ordeal.
All right. How about this? To spare the listeners, why don't we pause the recording? I will pause our episode timer, and we'll come back and we'll talk over what our differences in stats are, and we'll proceed from there. Okay, guys, we're back. Everybody has leveled up and up their stats. Why don't we go around and everybody can just quickly talk about their new things.
Tings.
I can be pretty quick about mine. So I know that I earned +6 health, which brings me to a total of 34. As far as my feat, I get to pick a feat and a utility spell. My feat is Eladrin Soldier, which is +2 damage and proficiency with long swords and spears. So I'm going to get +2 damage to what I'm already doing and +2 to my proficiency. That's just really exciting because I do have a long sword. And then my utility spell is Unstoppable, which allows me to add +2d6 and my Constitution modifier to my health for the length of a battle. So it just boosts me up HP wise.
Cool.
I got 6 health, so I'm up to 35 max health now. For my utility, I picked Stonebreaker, which is an encounter power, minor action. Until the end of your next turn, you gain +5 bonus to strength checks to break objects, and you deal double damage against objects. So, it wouldn't be used against enemies. I think the only loophole would be, like, constructs. Like, if that's technically an object, I'm not sure. But we'll come to that when it happens. And for my feet, I have a right and left one. I said it off air, but I want to include it in the podcast. I actually picked Dragonborn Senses, which gives me a +1 to perception and low light vision, because I don't think anyone has that. So it'd be good to have.
And Ani?
My HP went up to 29. I took this feat that increases my Dragon Soul resistance to +7. And I also took the utility power Dragon Flame Mantle.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yay!
So you guys are back in our fantasy world, standing next to this long table where you found the little bit of lace. There's a large door on the left side of the hall, and there's a large door on the right side of the hall. And you can't really see the ends of the hall. And there are those sort of like little wooden doors every 75 feet or so.
Can we loot the basilisk?
Why don't you roll perception?
with my sweet new bonus. 7 plus 1, so 8.
So you look at the basilisk and you notice that sort of in the area where you had chopped off its face, there's some interesting goo running out of like the near where his eyeball would be, and it's sort of glowing light blue.
I immediately dump out one of the waters I have in a flask, since I got like 5 of them.
Okay.
And I fill up that flask with the eye goo.
All right. Interesting choice.
Yeah, you never know. It could come in handy. I doubt it, but it could.
Anybody else?
Yeah, think I'm gonna take a tooth.
All right.
How big are they? Are they like long ass like fangs?
It's like the size of 2 fingers.
Oh, this is a tiny basilisk.
It's a little baby basilisk.
Oh,
yeah,
God,
I didn't throw a
it's a
full size
baby.
one at you guys.
We're baby killers.
There's a mom somewhere.
To be fair, the mother could have easily have eaten the other babies, so...
The baby accidentally looked at the mother. It's very tragic.
Yikes.
It was all alone in this world, and then we ended it.
So it's not alone
It's a circle
anymore.
of
Yay!
Poor Basil. All right. So what would you like to do? There's the big door on your left, the big door on your right, and there are lots of other little doors that you haven't opened.
Let's go for the big ones.
Yeah. I'll follow Ku because he's probably...
I got low light vision now. I can sort of see.
Which door do you choose, the left or the right?
Left.
Okay. So this door requires 2 people to open. It's very large and very heavy. So I'll say that you and Da'ani sort of get yourselves together and pull on this giant metal ring to sort of drag it open. And you could see on the other side of the door there is a tunnel, and at the end of the tunnel there is a little bit of light.
Can I, from the little bit of light that's now in the tunnel, can I see like the rest of the tunnel? Or
Yes, the tunnel is entirely featureless.
Great.
You can just see light at the other end.
I guess we move on through.
Good deal.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, so you guys travel down this tunnel, or passageway, or whatever you want to call it, corridor, and you get to the end of it, and you find yourselves outside. You are on a small rock outcropping that leads to a sheer cliff.
Oh.
You are
We
on
have
the
like an
side.
Indiana Jones moment where we like get to it and we're like, whoa!
Whoa! Like you pull you back.
Yeah.
And then I grab my hat as it like falls over, falls off my head.
A little bit of like rocks and dust sort of fall off the edge of the cliff. Yeah, and you guys are looking out over the entire forest that you had decided not to enter. And what you see in front of you is absolutely spectacular. The center of the forest is sort of lighting up with these bright flashes of electricity. And you see the whole forest sort of shimmering and sort of moving like it's alive. And in front of you, in midair, above the center of the forest, you see these like images of buildings just sort of flashing into and out of existence. You hear this extremely loud rumbling and crashing, and you see just all manner of chaos as chunks of various... They look like castles and houses and shacks and towers, all sort of flying around and snapping into and out of existence over the forest. And then with a loud bang, all of it appears at once and falls to the ground in the middle of the forest.
It's like a town.
Weird.
It's like a town just appeared in midair and just fell into a giant heap.
Huh.
What the fuck?
Is there any, like, the enclave, or whatever, the cliff we ended up on, is there, like, a path leading down, or is it just,
There's
like,
no way down. It's
no
just
way
a sheer cliff face.
Gotcha. Can I hawk an acid loogie off of it?
Yes.
Great. I do that.
Okay.
I guess we head back in, right?
Yep.
Like,
What the fuck was that?
We gotta figure out what that is.
do we? Do we?
Not really, but I mean, it's not. I guess it doesn't pertain to what we're doing, but it's definitely fucking troubling.
Yeah, well, last I knew we couldn't even get into the forest, so maybe we should just forget we just saw that and be like,
we all just like block it out of our minds.
So as you guys are standing there, you hear a noise like a rumbling, like a gentle rumbling coming from like above you, and you see a tiny wooden shack fall past the sort of opening of the corridor to the outside.
Is it like moving fast, or is it like just sliding down the mountain, or?
Yeah, it looks like it's so you're at like this sort of sheer cliff face, but it sort of has fallen from above you.
So it's moving really fast, is what you're saying.
It's moving quite fast. It's
So
falling.
I can't like jump on it.
No,
and ride it to the bottom.
no.
With a cowboy hat in the air.
No, it's falling straight down through the air.
Is there like? Do I notice if anyone's in there?
It flew by pretty fast, but there's nobody that you could see.
Okay.
Could I spit another loogie at it?
Yes.
I do that.
Yes.
Okay.
I just want to see how far it drops. It's a science experiment. Which one hits the ground first?
Should be the same time.
Exactly.
The acid loogie hovers in midair for a moment and
Damn.
falls behind.
And it raises a sign that says, "Help me," and then it falls.
It sits there and it looks down and looks back up and just goes, "Yelp."
All right. So what do you guys do now?
We're gonna have to go back in. We can't. There's no way we can get down this rock facing without dying.
that rock crest. All right.
Boo, boo, boo.
You did the 2 feet thing, so you have no. There's no booing.
Yeah, I know.
Allowed.
The irony. Yeah, I guess we go back in and try the right door.
All right, so you guys go back through. You shut the big old door that you just come through, and you walk all the way around the table, and you go to the other side, and you pull the big metal handle.
Brr.
And this one, there's a corridor, but you can't see the end of it. There's no light.
All right. How's that sun rod doing? Is that still crack-a-lacking, or is it like fried?
We also have a torch too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's torches around. So your sunrod, I'll say, is starting to run out. And so you can grab a torch as long as you're here.
All right. That works.
I don't need it. I got low light vision.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Grab a torch, and we can start like moving towards this dark hallway.
All right,
God.
down the tunnel.
All right, so you guys head down the tunnel, and it's very dark and spooky. You get all creeped out, and eventually you come to the corridor opens up into a room, and it looks to be perfectly spherical, and sort of around you on the floor, there's chunks of broken crystal, and standing in the middle of the room are 4 dwarven statues. They're all facing each other, and they're all touching this giant crystal sort of spear, I guess you might say, it's like a crystal spike coming out of the ground in the middle of the room, and they all sort of like grabbing at it.
I approach and I wipe the sweat from my brow and very shakily reach into my bag and pull out the fang and start weighing it in my hand, looking at the spike, like hunched over, and just like wipe the sweat from my brow.
What? What's he doing? What are you?
And
This is Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
I was trying to think. I'm like, what is this a reference to?
Yeah, I'm thinking to myself, I thought you were going to say they were just touching tips. I'm like, that's weird.
They all have their thumb and index finger extended, and they're just touching the tips of their fingers
And they're frozen that way.
in the shape of an L on their.
I don't know.
It's a large spike of crystal. I'll say it's maybe 8 to 10 feet tall.
It's like a stalactite.
Coming out of the middle of the ground, almost like a stalactite or a stalagmite.
Yeah, might.
And it's sort of this same sort of crystal that you've seen elsewhere. And all of these four dwarf statues are sort of like reaching at it, trying to like get it.
All right.
Arcana check.
Oh, damn it. I was going to do a history check.
I was going to say fuck it and not touch a thing.
Well, yeah. Hey, guys, I think it's pretty obvious we shouldn't touch that crystal. It looks like it froze them, but I might know something about this.
Let's both. I'll do a detect magic, and you do a history check.
All right, cool. What's my modifier?
Oh God, 10. We each
10.
got,
10 for
we
me.
each got 10s.
All right, so who's going first?
AJ can.
I'll detect
Okay.
magic 10.
So you're doing a detect magic with a 10. You turn your laser eyes on. You see something perhaps surprising. The crystal has nothing. There's nothing on the crystal. However, all four of the statues are glowing.
Can I tell what type, what kind of magic it is?
You can tell that the magic that's on these four statues is a form of necromancy.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you don't touch it. Don't touch it. I like recoil. Like, you don't touch it. Don't touch them.
I imagine Laryn being like, "Oh, it's necromancy." We're just gonna and like shrivel back.
Yikes.
Oh jeez, oh boy,
Oh boy,
just pulling on the collar. Oh god, yeah.
Ooh,
We're idiots.
gosh darn it.
I hugged the stalagmite. No, I'm kidding.
I can't take this world anymore.
Is there anything else in this chamber?
Just this.
So some of the walls have those sorts of big plates of crystal that you could sort of see an illusion of gold on the other side. There's the entrance that you came through, and that's about it.
There's no other tunnels leading out.
Just the one that you came in through. And what's interesting about this room, I'd mentioned before that it seemed perfectly spherical, but it almost seems like whatever had created the room was some sort of like explosion. Like it seems like the walls are not neatly.
It's like they blasted back.
Yeah, it's like there was some sort of like explosion that had happened in the middle of the room that had formed this sort of dome shape, if that makes sense.
All I'm hearing is get the fuck out.
Yeah, there's
something
nothing here
happened
for us.
Yeah.
So as you guys turn to leave, you hear some rumbling.
No.
And it's the same sort of rumbling you heard as that like wooden house fell past the cliff face, and some rocks start falling from the ceiling inside the corridor and block the corridor.
Oh my god. Jesus.
Hey, Ku-Ruk.
Oh yeah. Can I burst through it?
You can roll.
Does it count as an object? If the rocks count as objects, I get a +5 because of my stone.
It's a lot of rocks.
I'm a lot of coup.
Hey, he gets +5, so hey, let's see what happens.
So I would have +5 from the Stonebreaker utility and plus 3 for my strength. Oh, 28! Oh, yeah!
Dude, that is so dope. I'm so
I'm just
glad that
freight
happened.
training through the tunnels. I'm making my own tunnels.
You roll a 20.
Yeah.
The listener is worried it was a nat 20. That's so good.
Yeah, nat 20 plus 8, so...
You make a Ku-shaped hole straight through those rocks.
Yes!
However, you find that on the other side of those rocks, there are more rocks.
Damn.
And in the process of busting through,
oh no.
you hear the crystal spike behind you sort of dislodge a little bit, and you hear like a scraping of rock on rock, and you see the crystal spike sort of tilt in one direction a little bit. You didn't expect a private One Direction concert, but all of a sudden, tons of screaming teenage girls appear. No.
I was wondering who would do it first.
They pour in through every orifice.
As the crystal starts to tilt in one direction, as it sort of starts to slide out of its resting place and sort of fall to the side, the dwarf statue that it's falling away from begins to start making some like crumbling noises.
I didn't want this.
And with that, the episode comes to a close. What will happen next time? Ooh.
That's exciting.
I genuinely hate where you end episodes now, because they're really cliffhangery.
right before battles.
Hello everybody, thanks again for listening. I'd like to thank the host this week. It was myself, Doug, Bren, and AJ. Cover art was done by Ian McAfee. Theme music was composed and assembled by Josh Stitt. Distribution is powered by the fine podcasting software at pinecast.com. Our recap this week was done by Lademan himself, who is voiced by Bren. Leave us feedback by clicking the link in the episode description or by visiting our website, abtd.pinecast.co. If you're not already subscribed, you can find Almost Better Than Dragons and all of the other shows in the Almost Better Network at almostbetter.net or wherever you download podcasts. Our next episode is going to be going out on April 10th. We look forward to it. Thanks again for listening. We'll see you next time.